The waiting game. How long does this take? When should I see results? When is my client going to get results? Blah, 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 right? What can be done in the meantime? All right. How long does the credit process take? I'm going to be honest with you. I do not work for the credit bureaus, although I do hacks and I work my little magic and I've made miracles happen, right? I don't work for the credit bureaus. By law, we have to allow them 30 days, okay, to respond. I'm not saying you're going to get results in 30 days. I'm saying you have to wait a minimum of 30 days. And I say minimum because when the pandemic hit, the credit bureaus went to Congress and they requested additional time to respond to the letters, because if the credit bureaus do not respond to the dispute letters, then they could potentially be sued by the client. Okay. So I have not heard anything about whether or not, since the pandemic is allegedly over, if it's still 45 days. So everybody's back on the 30-day. So give it at least 30 days. If you're sending a client over to me and you've confirmed that they've started their credit repair process with me, give it 30 days, right? Now, what I do like to do, I do have an assistant. I know you see my face and you see me a lot and hear me or whatever. I'm the one doing the videos and the podcast, but I do have a team, right? A very reliable team. And it's set up in our software. It's set up, we put it on the calendar to check about after 2 weeks of sending letters. That's when we check the Credit Karma. Okay. If I see early deletions, that's excellent. I will notify you. I will notify the client. And then I'll instantly send out another round of dispute letters. The credit bureaus don't like when you're sending multiple letters within a 30-day period because of that 30-day law. However, it's snail mail. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other factors. So by the time they get to the letter, it's not deemed frivolous. So we're good to go. I just like to jump on the ball because a lot of times my lenders are like, hey, I got a client. They need a house yesterday. I need you to get this off. And so again, all of this came from just dealing with y'all, working with y'all. All right. When should you see results? Now, with me, I can't speak for anyone else. Okay. And I'm only going to give you average. I cannot give you per person. I it's different. Everybody's situation is different. But on average, I see results usually within 2 to 3 weeks. With my Experian hack, if it's accepted, I typically see results within, well, actually, I just did one with a lady and hers was taken off that night. So only a couple hours. But on average, it takes 4 to 5 business days. If they do accept it and whatever they choose to delete, we're at their mercy. So even though I do hacks and they tend to work when they feel like it, I do back it up with regular dispute letters just to reinforce that hack. But sometimes you can see results with me, especially with the Experian hack, within, I say, 4 to 7 days. Okay, 4 to 7 business days is that's on average. You have below average situations, you have above average situations. When it comes to that, I will say this. Um, Sometimes clients aren't always truthful. If they've, some of the things that can prolong the credit repair process is if the client has paid their debt down, which I hate. I talked about this a lot. I did a video on it. If the debt is paid, that is actually harmful. If you're encouraging clients, hey, pay on your collections, that's a bad thing. I did a whole other video for you guys, and for the client. If they absolutely need to pay it and you feel that's going to get them to get pre-approved, then by all means. But it does hurt the client in the long run, and it does slow down the credit repair process. Okay. So there's times where it could be slow. They cannot respond at all. Sometimes the clients have hired other people. They have multiple people working on their credit. Maybe there was a lawsuit already filed. There's a lot of things sometimes the clients just leave out. So just some things to consider. If you have a client and you send them over to me, honest to God, and I'm going to talk about this in a few more seconds, but just ask me my thoughts and opinions on it. Okay. Why do you think this is taking so long? Should I be worried? And a lot of times when you send out a dispute, you have to understand that credit bureaus are looking at disputes and getting dispute letters every single day up to the hundreds of thousands. Okay. Not every single letter is received. A lot of times they push the letters into a system that's called the e-Oscar system, whole other conversation, whole other video, but they push it through and it's just automatically rejecting. It's a whole lot. Just ask, okay, and have patience. And then what can be done in the meantime? So what I tell my clients and what I tell my referral partners is, just have patience first and first mostly, and whatever can be done, such as paying attention to the utilization. You can control your utilization when it comes to your credit cards. I tell my clients, keep your utilization at 15% or less, okay? Because you're not paying interest. Make your payments on time. All right. Even though I am against talking to the collection agencies, talking to the creditors or whatever, if they are willing to accept a pay to delete, and put it in writing, do that, because we know for a fact that within 30 days that negative account will be removed. Anything else, I don't approve.